OVC Football Media Days, ready or not, here comes the 2014 season. First year John Ross, and got that big X on your back already, as you learned today, preseason pick to win the league.
Well, it's a great thing. They asked me that in the interview if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I think it's a great thing. It lines us for where our goals are team-wise. And, you better bring your A-game in OVC. I think the parity in OVC is at an all-time high, so you better bring your A-game every Saturday anyway. So I think the bottom team can beat the top team on any Saturday. It's a minute, details. It's going to separate the winner and loser on every Saturday you play in OVC. So it's a blessing to be ranked where we are, and we just want to take those expectations and do something with them. I think this time, I told our team the other day, I said, what a great thing to be ranked, I think, 4th in one poll and 6th in another poll and picked to win the OVC. That ought to be our goal every year, is to be there preseason-wise. That means you did a great job the year before. And the 2013 team laid the foundation, gave us this opportunity. Now it's up to this 2014 team to do with it what we may.
8 guys preseason all-conference, a couple All-Americans, so you've got individual talent coming into the season.
Well, no doubt. Jimmy's and Joe's, it's not the X and O's, right? I mean, you got to have good players. And, the thing I'm proud of those guys, they're all good kids, too. They're all good young men. And I'm probably more proud of that than the preseason players they are. They're fun to go to work with every day. They work their butts off. And, just the things that we've done this all season, continuing on what we built, a year and a half ago has been tremendous. I couldn't ask them to do anything you ask them to do, they're going to get it done. So I'm excited about that. And we got some great guys. It's got some chance to do some things individually pretty special, and DeMarcus James and having the opportunity he has. But if you ask him, he's going to tell you about that O-line up front. And they're all team guys. So even though we got some chances to earn some individual offers, I think all our guys look at team first.
This time last year, still trying to learn everybody, get the system in. So this year, I guess, is entirely different, isn't it?
It is. Just continuity. You can't replace game experience. And I think the smoothness of the transition with our guys knew what to expect from, all season to spring training to summer workouts. And that keeping that continuity was key thing, I think, in our off season. And, like I said, you can't replace that game experience. We were so young last year at the first of the year. It was just special to watch that team grow up as the season went on. Was able to win the close games early and get into the playoffs and make the run that they did. And I think our bunch is just hungry to get back to the point that we ended the season on last year. And there's a lot of water got to go under the bridge before that, but it's a good feeling going in, know that you got some experience.
All right, as we do this about a week and a half out before the guys report, July 31st, you start practice. Michigan State awaits, Big Ten champs, Rose Bowl champs, I think 3rd in the nation. For you as the head coach now, I mean, what's going for you? What's going through your mind? What are you thinking about these days?
Well, just make sure we don't miss anything. Make sure we have a great fall camp. And I think every season starts with a great fall camp. And you look at the all season, you go in stages. You go winter workouts to, spring training and summer workouts, and next thing's fall camp. So we got to make sure we do a great job in our fall camp. And then our what I'll call our, first of the season, our first quarter games in Michigan State in Chattanooga, and making sure we're ready for those 2 tough road games. You worry about the Chattanooga game, probably more than you do the Michigan State game, because, win or lose that game, Chattanooga's going to be sitting there ready for you that next week. So we got to do a great job of preparing for both of them. And then, we get off, we can get a break after that and looking to play West Alabama at home before we go into a tough OVC, deal. So I think it's just about continuing to challenge our team to be the best they can be every day and promoting that team chemistry and leadership on our team, which we've grown a lot, I think, in the last season of the leadership deal. And I think that goes back to the maturity of our football team.
Thank you, sir. Good luck.
Hey, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Junior defensive lineman Chris Landrum, preseason All-OVC selection, part of OVC Football Media Day. You guys have been working out throughout the summer. Got a little bit more than a week before it officially starts. You ready?
Yes, sir. I'm ready. Ready to put back on the pads and, get out of the just shorts and running and finally get to hit somebody.
I would imagine that gets a little tiresome, doesn't it?
It does. It does. The running and working out continuously, it gets tiresome, but at the same time, you're doing it to better yourself for the season, so it makes it easy to push through.
Last year at this time, you were coming in, transferred from Auburn. A lot of newness. I guess you're a whole lot more comfortable this year than you were in one season ago.
Yes, sir. Actually, last year was my first year playing defensive end, and A lot of it was me just playing based off athleticism, but this year I took the summer to learn more defensive end moves, working moves and hands and a lot of different stuff.
You studying film of other people, maybe guys in the NFL or something? Is that what you were doing?
I do now. I study a lot of D Ford. I try to look at people around my size and things that I could do to get better.
You guys are picked to win the league. Any extra pressure? How does that feel going in?
It only makes us work harder. We just know that every Saturday we're going to get everyone's best shot because it's going to be no sneaking up on people this year. No, we're never going to be the underdog right now. So if we're going to get everyone's best shot, we're going to be expected to win, and we have to play up to those expectations.
Working against the offensive line in practice and then against personnel like James and Jenkins and Barge and those guys, obviously it gets you ready for every Saturday, doesn't it?
It does. It makes you pay attention to details, and especially with trying to tackle James, you have if you launch a little bit, he'll leave you standing there quick. He will.
You had some couple of injuries last year. Are you healthy and ready to go now?
Healthy and ready to go. I went through the spring, no injuries, nothing happened. So I really been just working on my shoulders and neck strength, getting it bigger. And in the spring, it worked out for me.
Here we go. Good luck.
Thank you.
Preseason All-American, preseason All-Ohio Valley Conference Jacksonville State starting center Max Holcombe, senior season. 4 years already. Hard to believe, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Really, it's been 5 years. Redshirted my freshman year here. It's been a great experience. I've been able to travel to every game since I've been here. It's kind of bittersweet being at the end. I'm ready to get it started. I'm anxious to see what happens this year.
I can remember when you were the puppy, so to speak, on the old line, and now you and Burks are the old guys, aren't you?
I know it's kind of weird. We've gone from being the young guys now to the senior the old hats that everybody looks up to for leadership, and I think it's kind of different being the old guy. You don't really, you kind of remember it from high school, but it's a whole new experience, and I'm loving it right now.
Record numbers last year, Jacksonville State offense. Can you guys get to that or even surpass what you did a year ago?
I think, no doubt in my mind, we can get to that level again. With our 9 returning starters, we have the experience to do it. We didn't have, even with the coaching change, nothing changed offensively because our offensive coordinator was.
I know you're happy about that.
Oh, I was ecstatic. That had been my 3rd offense in 3 years. I was like, oh man, I wasn't feeling changing an offense. But I think expectations are very high for the offense after what we did last year. But I think our expectations are reach those and beyond that because you have to set high goals to be able to reach them.
Well, and you're working to practice against Landrum and Lawrence and those guys, so that's a pretty good workout for you, isn't it? Or I say you and the offensive line.
Oh, it is. I would have to say at some point during the season we're probably going to practice against the best defense in the OVC, maybe the country with the people we have up front. We have Caleb, Chris Landrum, Michael Fanning, Michael Carlisle, Ben Indris, all them guys, Dustin Gayton. It's just day in and day out. It's great help for us. We want to get that against that good of a defense. It helps us tremendously, and it helps them as well. So we were able to feed off of each other.
Pick to win the OVC. Your feelings on that?
Personally, I don't like to be picked to win anything. I like being able to be the underdog, not have nobody respect you, so to say. But now, and on the other hand, I like it because it shows how much respect the conference has for Jacksonville State, and I think it's going to be a good thing for us because we know we had the bullseye on our back. We're going to have to bring our A game every week, and any week we don't bring it, we can get beat.
You start with a team that finished number 3 in the nation last year, won the Big Ten, won the Rose Bowl. I think they were top 3 defense in the country as well. Will you prepare? Will you do anything different going into that game than you would playing anybody else on the schedule?
No, not really. It's another football game. I like doing everything. I do everything same. I have my own routine that I do, but it'll be a little different playing in a bigger stadium. which is it's kind of neat playing in those venues. And I kind of joke with my buddies when we'll tour the stadium, like, oh man, this is big. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm used to Bryant Denny. Bryant Denny's huge. I get to catch a couple of my brother's games this year, but because of the way our schedules have lined up. But I think it's a great experience. It's great exposure for our university. If we can go up there and put on a good show, I think we have a good chance. I think we can compete with them if we can get it to the fourth quarter, have a chance to win it. And I think it's going to be a good game.
One last thing for you personally, individually, preseason All-American, preseason All-OVC. Talk about that if you would.
It's a great honor being able to picked that. Don't really the preseason honors ain't as important to me as much. It's what you do at the end of the season, what you get at the end of the season, how you finish. So the preseason honors are nice and everything, but my goal this year is to get on all the lists at the end of the year, win the conference and win the national championship.
Hopefully so. Looking forward to it. Good luck, man.
Thank you.